This man had a lock on his pants, and his right hand was tied up. Why? Because he didn't have a partner. In this world, anyone over 18 without a partner would be taken to a hotel and isolated. During their stay, the government would arrange blind dates for them. If they managed to pair up, they'd regain their human rights. If they failed, they'd be turned into an animal. David had just gotten divorced, so he was brought to the hotel too. The staff asked him what animal he'd want to be if he failed. He said he wanted to become a lobster. But after more than 10 days in the hotel, not a single woman showed interest in him. To extend his limited dating time, David went out hunting every day, because in the forest nearby, there were runaways hiding. People who didn't want to be brought to the hotel and had fled into the woods. If you caught one of those runaways, your time in the hotel would be extended. Unfortunately, David wasn't a good shot. He never managed to catch anyone. With no other option, he decided to cheat like his friend did. In this hotel, all you needed was something in common to be matched as a couple. David's friend had purposely broken his own nose to make it bleed, so he could match with a girl who often had nosebleeds. It worked, and they escaped the hotel together. Soon, David set his eyes on a cold, emotionless woman. To make her believe he was just as indifferent, he stood in front of her and cursed at someone who had just jumped off the building. It caught her attention. The next day, while they were taking a bath together, the woman suddenly started choking on a cherry. David panicked inside, but didn't do anything to help her. Then she slowly spit out the cherry. Turns out she was just testing him. Seeing that David was just as heartless as she was, she finally agreed to be his partner. But before they could leave, they had to go through a final evaluation period at the hotel. During that time, David had to keep pretending to be cold and emotionless. But one day, the woman killed David's brother, who had failed the program and been turned into a dog. David was devastated, but he forced himself to stay calm. That's when he realized, if he stayed here, he'd end up dead too. So he escaped from the hotel one night and went to join the group of runaways in the forest. Out there, the rules were the opposite of the hotel. If anyone was caught falling in love, they'd be executed by the leader. David thought he'd never fall in love again, but to his surprise, he met a woman who had something in common with him. They were both nearsighted. They were happy together, always flirting while doing chores. But soon, the leader found out. He blinded the woman. So now she and David no longer had anything in common. They couldn't stay in either place anymore. But David refused to leave her behind, so he decided to take her and run away from it all.